Galatians chapter 1. Can we stand for the reading of God's word, please? Galatians chapter 1. I'm going to start reading at verse 6. I'm going to read verses 6 to 10. I'm reading from the New International Version. And it reads, I am astonished that you are so quickly deserting the one who calls you to live in the grace of Christ and are turning to a different gospel, which is really no gospel at all. Evidently, some people are throwing you into confusion and are trying to pervert the gospel of Christ. But even if we are an angel from heaven should preach a gospel other than the one we preach to you, let them be under God's curse. As we have already said, so now I say again, if anybody is preaching to you a gospel other than what you accepted, let them be under God's curse. Am I now trying to win the approval of human beings or of God? Or am I trying to please people? If I were still trying to please people, I would not be a servant of Christ. God, I bless you in reading here and doing those words. Let us pray. Gracious Father, I ask now that you bless me as I speak to your people. Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in my sight. O Lord, my strength and my redeemer. Amen. You may be seated. Before I give you this topic, let me tell you, this has been a tough week. I've been sick since about Wednesday. And so I told Pastor Orr to come get the mic because I got lightheaded. And it's hot in here too. Doesn't help. So I'm not 100%, but I still feel like sometimes you gotta preach even when you're under the weather. Even when stuff is going on, you gotta push through it. If I get too lightheaded, I'm pastor. I got a row full of preachers. I know I can pass this mic to them, and they can take this message because this will be an easy message to preach. My title is Revert, Pervert, or Convert. Okay. All right. Revert, pervert, or convert.
Okay.
Now, really, Brother Brownlee already preached my sermon. And he preached it because he understood that some people could have misunderstood his picture that he was painting. Or I think we all understood what he was saying, but just in case somebody didn't understand what he was saying, he came back to clarify, to help us understand, because he didn't want us to get a doctrine or he didn't want us to get an idea that was off. So he came back and he corrected himself. And so that's kind of what I'm going to preach about today, because here Paul is. And I didn't read it because I don't have that today. But if I could have read it, I wish I could have read it with the intent in which he wrote it.
All right.
Have y'all ever wrote a letter when you was angry? Or an email?
Yes.
And sometimes, when people try to lie and say, well, I didn't mean to put it all in caps. Well, sometimes when you put all the letters in caps, you're trying to convey some emotion.
Yes, that's right.
You're trying to let somebody know that I am angry, or I am upset, or I am disgruntled, or disappointed, or whatever. You want somebody to understand, and sometimes you choose words to get this message across. Okay. Here Paul is talking to the Galatians because he's a little salty. He's salty because he has taught them a certain way of ministry.
Okay.
Let me make it better than that. A way to Christ.
All right.
We have some tenets of faith. And when you go through new members class, we go through each one of those tenets so you are able to explain them fully so you understand what this church believes.
Right.
We believe there's one God eternally existing in three persons, God the Father, God the Son, and God the Holy Spirit. I know the Trinity is not in the Bible per se, but it's there.
Yeah.
And you need to understand that because we believe in a three-part, one being. Oh, here y'all go. Come on, G. He's going to be like that. I'm a little sick, so I can't explain it the best way, but I'm going to try.
Yes, you can.
Because we have to understand a doctrine that we believe in.
Amen.
And there is a term that's going around called globalization. I know y'all heard the term globalization. It's not new. It's old. But there are some tenets that go along with globalization that we better look out for.
All right. Okay.
Because globalization said that we got to connect with everybody because we got to depend on all these different countries and people to get things done. So we have to be in relationship with them.
Okay.
I am in a class right now called Interfaith Dialogue, Building Bridges. And what the essence, I done told y'all about this class. But this class is beginning to make me angry because it's saying stuff like this. There are many gods. There are many paths to God. God could be an essence. God could be an idea. God could be anything. And any way we can get to him is how we get to him, and our paths are legit. You all, let me tell y'all something real clear right now. There's only one way to get to heaven. There's only one way to get to heaven. And that's when what do we say? We believe in what? Well, go to the next one. The Bible is to be the what? The only inspired. What's the word? We believe the means to be cleansed from sin is what? It's through repentance and faith in the blood shed on the cross. So all these different religions, all these different paths are discounting the blood Christ shed on the cross. I had my teacher tell me last week, 2 weeks ago, that she's debating where Jesus fits into her theology.
Oh, okay.
If you all are talking that type of language, Paul was writing this letter to you. He's saying, I'm paraphrasing the text, how you knuckleheads, how can y'all be so crazy as to do a different kind of gospel? Now let me tell you how slick it was, because you know there's always going to be false teachers.
Right.
They were saying, grace, we want y'all to go back to being circumcised because that was the Mosaic law. Now y'all, can I tell y'all the Mosaic law was good for the Old Testament. But when Christ died on the cross, there became a new way to get salvation.
Yeah.
The new way was you didn't need a priest anymore. Y'all don't really need me or any of these pastors to get to God. You can go to the throne yourself and ask him for forgiveness, this repentance, and you'll be all good.
All right.
But back there they were saying you need to go back to circumcision. Just like some of us are being told, if you get into some dialogue with some people in the idea of being a friend, boy, y'all don't hear me preaching. Because the way the tenor, the emotional tenor in this world is, we got to reach out, we got to collaborate. We got to work with. Working with, collaborating, and then they know, y'all know how they throw. Y'all supposed to be Christians. Y'all supposed to love everybody. Love everybody as yourself. That's what they say.
Yeah.
And guess what? They're right. But loving somebody does not say you dilute
That's right.
the gospel.
Hallelujah.
The gospel is a simple thing. It's the birth, and it's the death, and it's the resurrection of Christ. That's what makes us Christians. And we believe because his blood was shed, and when we ask him into our heart, we're on our way to heaven.
Amen.
Seriously.
Amen.
But I know nobody here, but some of us are being fooled. Some of us are being tricked when they say, it don't take all that. You don't have to do that. You don't have to give that. You don't have to say that. It's not necessary. And then Brownlee said, just stay in your word. That's so important that we stay in our word, that we know the word, that we won't be so tricked. We won't be tricked and swayed by any kind of doctrine that sounds nice. You know the word of God for yourself.
That's right.
Gee, why are you even preaching this? I'm preaching this because last Sunday we got a sermon that said, be present.
That's right. That's right.
Being present is not all about, it is about knowing who you are, where you are, how you fit into this whole picture, but it's also being ready to help somebody.
That's right.
And I want us to be able to give the kind of help that transforms lives.
Right.
I don't want y'all just to be giving help just to give help
That's right.
so you can say it, you can pump your chest out. No. But sometimes there's going to be some dialogue that needs to take place.
Right.
And you need to know what you're talking about. I didn't say, y'all, I know a lot of people get caught up with, I don't know where it is or what it says exactly. If you know the essence of what's going on, I think God will help you with your words.
Yes.
But don't dilute
Okay, now.
the word.
Yes.
All right, so you had a good topic. Well, tell us what that means. Revert. Have you ever known somebody, there's a statement that says you will revert back to what you know when things get thick.
Yeah.
I liken it to when I was coaching basketball, you got some kids who are athletically gifted, and some they got to work. So you teach them how to play defense, you got to move your feet, you got to have your hands up. Sometimes people think once it gets thick and once they get tired, they go back to what they know. They start to depend on their own athletic ability. Boy, y'all don't hear me. So you don't do the mechanics or the fundamentals that have kept you in, and then you start to depend on yourself.
Preach, Pastor.
Sometimes we depend on ourselves because we revert back to old behavior because
That's good.
we don't think God sees us.
That's good. Come on.
So now we're angry at God. So now we're going to revert back to what we used to do. Because this thing about living for Christ seemingly gets me hurt all the time, gets me in positions where I get misused, get people that don't see me.
Preach, Pastor.
You revert back to the old things that gave you some credibility, that gave you some attention, that gave you some status. You all better know the gospel. We are crucified
Yes.
daily.
Yes.
We got to take up our cross daily.
Daily.
Sister Ortega, she learned it's not about her. It's about him. So you may be digging you may be in some dirt when you don't like dirt.
Right.
Woo, boy, I wish y'all could see your faces right now. Don't revert back to old behavior because old behavior gets you caught up.
Yes, right.
If they were going to revert back to legalism or the Mosaic law, they was going to miss grace.
All right.
Come on, y'all. We can't always live by this law. Grace has to come in because some of y'all perfectionists want people to keep the law straight to the letter. You better cross every T and dot every I. For real. Is that the kind of gospel that we're preaching? That goes to the next word. Pervert.
All right.
When you pervert something, you change it. And I believe you change it in a negative way.
It's negative. Yes.
I know what goes through my mind when I think of a pervert.
Right.
I don't know what goes through yours, and I'm not going to say what goes through my mind, but it's not good. It's sick.
Right.
It's ugly.
Right.
It's damaging. So sometimes we pervert the word.
Okay.
We add our 2 or 3 cents to the gospel.
Watch out.
We pervert it. So when I argue with some of my friends about tithing, I don't say they pervert the word, but I do say if you look at the text, tithing was for the Levites. I know I'm preaching up there reading that some of these. I got some people saying, I didn't say don't get a 10%, but if you look at it biblically, it was for the Levites because they didn't work, and the other 11 tribes paid a tithe to the Levites. So would y'all consider me a Levite? If you don't know the word, I'm doing a Levite's role, but you're not paying tithe to me. And so when people start doing this trickery with money, you're perverting the word.
Yes, you are.
I need a new car. So Rosie, this way is a special offering for me so I can get me a new car. Because the people need to take care of the prophet. Our prophet is worth his hire. So y'all need to pay and take care of me.
Jesus.
Some of y'all might disagree with me. I don't think that's how God wants us to use his money, or y'all being good stewards. Making sure I drive a nice car, or I wear nice shoes, and a nice suit. If y'all thinking that, we're perverting. If I start talking that kind of talk, you all better sit me down and kick me out, vote me out.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Because I done lost my way.
Yes, yes, yes.
I'm serious, you all.
Yes, yes.
Don't let anybody, because Proverbs is not Gillespie's. Proverbs is his.
That's right.
Proverbs gonna be here when I'm gone, when y'all gone, if we do this thing right. We don't want to revert it. We don't want to pervert it. There's a lot of ways that folks are perverting the gospel to trick people who don't know. And that's why when you're being present with somebody, you got to give them something that will convert them.
Okay.
You will change them. You will transform them.
Yes.
Paul ends it with, if I'm trying to people please, I'm not Christ's servant.
Right.
Because I believe he's making a statement. You can't please people and please God simultaneously.
No, you're right.
It's not going to work.
No, sir.
So quit trying to make it work. You cannot fit that square in a round hole.
Yes. Yes.
You can't do it. God has some criteria. He has a gospel. And he does not want us to be fooled. He wants us to know the text for ourselves. He wants us to know what's going on. Coming in here with old stuff. Old rules. Y'all would hit me upside my head if I came up here talking about women can't wear pants to church. Y'all would get me. And you should get me. But I grew up with that didn't happen. But guess what? That also turned some people away from the church.
Yes, it did.
And I believe they had good reason for that. They also said you can't shoot marbles because the Bible said marvel not. Yeah, y'all laughing. Y'all laughing. But as kids got in trouble for having marbles in church because of something said marvel. And that means marvel. But if you're not in your word, and you're not studying to show yourself approved, if you don't have a relationship with Christ, you won't fall for the okie doke. You wouldn't know.
Yes.
You don't know.
Yes.
I don't want folks falling for the okie doke.
That's right.
I want you all to be wise and know the word for yourself.
Yes.
If Paul doesn't have to write us a letter saying, wake up, y'all. How can they trick you so easily with this different gospel?
Yes.
But sometimes we want it to feel good. But ministry doesn't always feel good. Being present doesn't feel good.
Right.
But if our goal is to win people to Christ, Pastor Orr in our class this morning, he talked about, have you ever danced with somebody who couldn't dance?
Yes, yes I have.
Now listen, you all have just witnessed some self-control. I'm going to keep preaching. What he said was, it's a mess when people are trying to dance and then gets in the step. God, what he was making a reference to is God is trying to be in a dance with us.
Yes.
And if we don't know the steps, we're going to mess it up.
Yes.
He's saying we have to know the steps as we dance with God and we do his will. We know exactly what he wants.
Yes. Yes.
Even when it's against what we want or feel and all what we don't like to do, all that stuff, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Because we're dancing with him and he's leading it.
Yeah, right.
Oh boy, y'all see.
Yes.
That's a whole other message.
Yes, it is.
Ah, that's good.
But when we convert our leadership over to him, and he's able to direct us.
Yes.
And we live, baby. You know what I'm saying? And you know,
Yes.
some of us like that that unorganized dance and that all that friction. We don't need that in the church today.
Amen.
We need to be on point.
Yeah.
And Paul is trying to help us see, hey, get it together. Get it together, because I'm not going to be here with y'all all the time. He's telling the church of Galatia, I got some other churches to take care of, but y'all, I can't trust that you all going to make the right decision, so now I got to come at you. And now I'm always going to have somebody to guide you, because I believe the Bible talks about we're forever being learners or forever being taught. It's time for us to graduate or mature to a place where we don't need all this hand-holding.
Yeah. That's good. That's good. That's it.
Come on, gee. All of that. We don't want to be in the same place
Yes.
next year that we are right now. I love what Sarita said, because Sarita was doing some visionary talking today.
Yes, she was.
And it was so humble how she did it. I see myself as a homeowner. She didn't say she wanted to get some extra money to get what she wanted to get. She may have meant that, but she may not have said it, but that's okay. She said she wanted to be a homeowner.
That's right.
But not only that, she said she's going to put a date on it, 2019. So she's seeing something.
That's good.
I believe we all should put some kind of parameters on ourselves. How are we going to grow in Christ?
Yeah.
Maybe I'm going to talk to more people. Maybe I'm going to witness to more people. Maybe I'm going to do something different in ministry. Maybe I'm going to volunteer somewhere where I have no idea who the people are, but I know my presence is needed.
Yeah.
Because I have the correct gospel, even though everybody around us is pulling down or they are assimilating the gospel. They're perverting it to make it fit
Right.
so people will like them. You better tell somebody there's a great big old guy looking at you. And he sees the good and the evil that you're doing. He's a jealous guy. He's not lowering his standards. He wants you to live a way that's pleasing in his sight.
Yes.
I'm talking good.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Because you all are going to be put in these positions. You don't believe me? Just watch. Just watch. When somebody tells me I have to accept that there's different kinds of gods, I can't do that.
No.
I'm not doing it. It's hard, but folks' feelings just going to be hurt. We better take a stand.
Yes, that's
Because
right.
God is looking for us. And y'all, let me say this and I'm done. When we don't take a stand, I believe we're saying we're ashamed of God.
All right, tell the truth.
You don't really tell the truth, and you don't really say what the text says, and you don't say it because you're worried about what they're going to say.
That's good.
Your boss got you cornered in a spot, and you have to give your opinion, your real opinion, and you're thinking that your job is on the line because of what you say. I know that's not fair, but life's not fair, and people will get you the way all these things are going right now. People will ask you anything,
Yeah.
and they will hold anything against you.
Right.
My time's up. Let's pray. God, thank you for a chance to talk to you people. I pray now that you bless us. Help us to understand the gospel that's necessary for us to preach, but more than that, for us to live out. So we will make an impact on these communities, that you will get the glory, that you will be able to touch and become part of people's lives. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. Let's stand. Sister Ford, thank you. Boy, how you feel? You want to do this?